Welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be going over a little bit of the test of leadership, which is winding down in Magic the Gathering Arena as I'm currently speaking and uploading this video. I decided to build a deck, so if you don't know what it is, it's to build a brawl deck using Strixhaven legendary creatures only and then any other cards. I wanted to go above and beyond and build a Quandrix deck, but using only Strixhaven cards, even in the common, uncommon, rare, mythic, rare spots. You'll even see that I have lands, all from Strixhaven, so I wanted to make sure that I really bolstered down and got the idea that, you know what, if I'm going to be a Quandrix champion, even if we may not be in the lead, I'm going to run Quandrix for the end of time. You'll see that I have the deck box, or not deck box, the sleeves and the character for Quandrix, so that's definitely, and then have to, of course, run the dragon. Tanazir Quandrix, I believe I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, go ahead and correct me all you want. But it's something that I really wanted to try to do and see if it was any good in actual play. So we'll go ahead and roll right into that. So we're going to hop into this game right here. It looks like I'm versus Koshi. They do not have the skins or the mascot. They do have the mascot. They don't have the character avatar or the deck sleeves, but they look like that is Witherbloom mascot with the little book there. I'm just gonna start off. It looks like it's definitely a green deck. So a Simic deck, blue-green, is going to play well into this. I got some good cards starting off. I'm really trying to ramp and get certain cards out onto the field so that when Quandrix does enter the field, I can double up multipliers. If not, most of the time, also just throwing out, make sure you say a friendly hello. You know, a lot of people don't play hello in games. A lot of people just go ahead and sit through and rage quit. Throw out a hello every so often. You never know what's going to happen. It's really helpful in playing in games. So as you can see, I'm just running through, getting my lands out. Definitely want to ramp and get certain cards out that put counters on it so that when Quandrix comes out, that he will double the counters. Also, it's good when Quandrix is out on the field. When you attack, you can have everyone else assign their base power to his, so that'd be a 4/4. So if you have counters on something, it not only continues to have those counters, but it also becomes a 4/4 creature as well. Most of the time, I'm going to be trying to throw as much land and getting certain cards in my hand. The one card I really want is this double major. So this allows me, when I cast Quandrix, to be able to copy him because it makes and create a token of him. It creates a non-legendary token of that creature. So that's really good. Right now, he has a bunch of 1/1s, a 1/2, and a 2/3. I'm not too worried about the aggression that's happening. I have things that allow me to be able to tap down creatures. I have a lot of flying, so I can get over most of the blockers. He has one guy who has reach, but that's why I tapped that down. So right now I'm feeling pretty confident in terms of what I am trying to do. A lot of death touch coming out onto the field, so there will be a time where I have to sacrifice my creatures. But I'm not too worried taking the 1/1s and the 2/2s right now to the face, because in this game you have to be able to be willing to risk a little bit of life to achieve the goal you want to achieve. Like I said, I'm going to hold on to the double major, throwing out the lands. I'll hold on to the decisive denial as well. And just because I tapped down the 2/3 with reach, I was able to go ahead and get that Frost Trickster in for some damage. So far, it's looking like not too bad of a playfield. It's a 5, I believe it's a 7 cost because he has Beldroth Witherbloom, I believe is the dragon's name. If I may also be mixing that one up. But that is his commander, or yeah, commander. I always get this mixed up because it's called Brawl in Magic the Gathering Arena, and I know it more closely to being commander in real life. The difference is a 60 deck card limit versus a 100 deck card limit. So in real life, or not real life, in commander games, you build a 100 card deck with your commander. In Brawl, you build a 60 card deck with your commander. I got a Containment Breach. We'll be able to get rid of this Elven Bow. This will also trigger Magecraft, which allows me to look at the top 3 cards of my library, if one's of the land, put into my hand, which is good for the whole ramping. Also, it will, since I believe the Elven Bow was less than a 2 mana cost, I will be able to create a 1/1 Green Pest where I gain life when it dies, which is good for chump blocking some of these Death Touch creatures. It will allow me to eliminate them and also gain that life myself. He's probably got a response to that. Okay, he just has a 10 to the test, which isn't bad. It just sacrifices that creature and then he creates creatures. So far, I'm not too worried. I wanted to make sure I just got rid of the reach character so that my Frost Stricture can get in every time for that 2 damage over the top. And without having something that has a reach, you can't hit any of the flying that I put out. But of course, in his hand, he pulls out a Skyway Sniper. It's like I'm just getting worse and worse every moment when talking about games and everything. 14 to 22. Like I said, not too worried about my life differential. Definitely going to use the Green Pest 1/1 as a chump blocker to the 1/1 with Death Touch, which is the Nightblade, and then I'll take the 2/2 and take out just one of the Green Pests, give him a life, but it'll just allow me not to take so much damage in. Also, the more creatures that I can get off the board for him, the better I'll feel, because if we have an even board, when I drop out Quandrix, then I'll definitely have the advantage of having a flyer overhead. I wanted to make sure I had 7 mana so that I could cast this combo exactly how I wanted to. That will go ahead and give me the ability. So right now I'm choosing to double up any of them that have counters on them. Since none of them have counters, it's just making me choose a character, so I went with the Frost Trickster. And good. Blocks of damage. Now I have 10 damage over the top of these guys because none of them have reach. So this is why I was comfortable with taking the 1/1s, the 2/2s, and getting that back. He was able to bring back in the reach again with, we'll have Death Touch and the other Death Touch that is Menace. So that means Menace, I just have to take 2 of my creatures and block that 1 creature. So with Death Touch, it's going to end up killing 2 of my creatures for the price of 1. But with the copy of Quandrix still out there, I feel confident with what I have. I'll go ahead and sacrifice the Quandrix Apprentice. He's been doing really good. He's put a lot of force in my hand. He's put a lot of everything into my hand. I'm holding on to that Decisive Denial so that when he has enough mana to cast his champion, I'll be able to go ahead and deny it, and I think it's unless the controller pays 3. So if he has exactly 10 and tries to cast it, oh yeah, so I may be blocking it, but it's the controller pays 3. So if he plays 7 land and pays that mana cost, I effectively can delay him for a single turn, which is really good. And then right now I'm going to just place a basic campus guide. He allows me to search for a land, and I'm going to hold off on attacking because I want to just make sure that I'm not going to be doing something stupid. He's 1 land short of getting the dragon out, so he's just going to throw a few more guys on the battlefield. I will have to eventually block some of these guys, just because with 10 health, 3 or 4 rounds of taking 3-4 damage, I'm out of the game. So far, I'm just been holding on to the cards that are going to be able to duplicate and create more blockers and creatures. So far, he's been boasting a lot. I want to kill the guy with reach and then kill the boast. and just allow 1 damage through, because my flyers, once again, like I said, it's all about getting damage over their heads and getting unblockable damage. I'm going to create a fractal summoning. This will just be able to, it's like, I'm going to cast them again. Once again, don't have anything to double up, but if I have 10 damage over the top, I'd rather be able to throw that out. And there you see that when attacking, you can actually activate them so that all of your characters have base power 4/4. He has enough to cast, and I was right here and saved enough. Sorry, I always have a problem dragging it. Oh, dumbass. It is target non-creature spell. So I needed to go ahead and have... But the other one is target creature you control fights target creature you don't. I'll put a stop at the end turn, and then just have my copy, or my real one, I'll do copy, fight his. So that'll immediately send it back to the command zone. He definitely wasted spending 7 mana, now it costs 9 mana to cast. That will get rid of one of my flyers, but I will at least be able to hold him off for another turn or two. I don't mind taking the 3 damage here, because like I said, I have the flyers over the top, and I'm going to be able to start just dropping in bigger, stronger creatures, especially with these like token creatures. A little bit bad on that. I should have probably played that first before casting Calandric so I could double up his 1/1 counters. But by doing that, I'm allowed to put just some more chump blockers on the field, and I'm pretty much just trying to get my hand down as much as possible. Give my flyer a few more bonus points, and then give him some more damage on the attack. So right now he can't play anything on the field because I can pretty much block everything. I'll have to chump block, and then I'll be able to get 7 damage over the top, and this is literally GG's at this point. Throwing out the good game to them, hopefully just a little bit of like, hey, this is what's happening. And we get the resignation and the victory. If you guys like this so much, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification like the dangly thing in the back of Cardi B's throat. And thank you guys so much for joining me on my magic ride.